Now I am going to explain about status of women in India through the ages from History Unit 8. Learning objectives, the position of women in the ancient society, deterioration in the status of women in medieval period, the major social evils prevalent in the Indian society, the role of reformers in the social evil eradication, women emancipation through education, social legislations and empowerment. Meanings: Zamindar, a landowner. Emancipation, free from social or political restriction. Enlightenment, the state of being enlightened. Polygamy, the custom of being married to more than one person. Reformer, a person who makes changes to something in order to improve it. The position of woman. Ancient period. In the ancient Indus civilization of India, evidence show the worship of mother goddess, hence the adoration for the mother is evident during that period. During Rigvedic period, it is believed that the position of wife was honored and woman's position was acknowledged, especially in the performance of religious ceremonies. During later Vedic age, witnessed a transitional development in the status of woman, restricting her role in the social life except in the performance of religious sacrifices. Her social and political freedom was restricted. Sati became popular during later Vedic period where the widows either chose for themselves or were forced to jump into the fire of their husbands. The patriarchal wisdom became rigid. Women were denied to study Vedic scripture. Position of women in the medieval period. Women suffered from many social evils such as sati, child marriage, parda system, female infanticide, and slavery. Normally, monogamy was in practice, but among the rich, polygamy was prevalent. Widow remarriage was rare. Devadasi system was in practice in some parts of India. The Rajputs of Rajasthan, Jauhar was practiced. The condition of widow became miserable during the medieval period. But people like Akbar attempt to abolish pasati. There were exceptional women like Razia Sultana, Queen Durgavati, Chand Bibi, Nurjahan, and Mirabai. Women's education was not completely ignored. Female education was informal. Girls usually had their lessons from their parents in their childhood. The rich appointed two tutors to teach their daughters at home. The daughters of Rajput chiefs and Jamindars studied literature and philosophy. Women in independent India. Women in India now participate in all activities such as education, politics, medical culture, service sectors, science and technology. The Constitution of India guarantees through Article 14 equal opportunity and equal pay for equal work. The national policy for empowerment of women was passed under the National Policy on Education in 1986. New program was launched called Magila Samakya. It mainly focused on empowerment of women. Reservation of 33% to women, improvement in socio-political status of women. The National Commission for Women was set up in January 1920 1992. It reviews women-related legislation and intervene in specific individual complaints of atrocities and denial of rights. The contribution of the social reformers for the eradication of social evils. Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Raja Ram Mohan Roy was the pioneer of Indian social reform movement by abolishing sati in 1829 with the help of Lord William Bentinck. He also protested against the child marriage and female infanticide and favored the remarriage of widows. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar carried on the movement for female education, widow remarriage, and abolition of polygamy in Bengal. He was instrumental to passing of the Hindu Widow Remarriage Act in 1856. His son Narayana Chandra set an example to others by marrying a widow of his choice. Kanduguri Veerasalingam. Veerasalingam Bandulu published a journal Viveka Vardhani. He opened his first girls' school in 1874 and made widow remarriage and female education and the key points of his program for social reform. M.G. Ranade and B.M. Malabari. In Bombay Presidency, M.G. Ranade and B.M. Malabari carried on the movement for upliftment of women. In 1869, Ranade joined the Widow Remarriage Association and encouraged widow remarriage and female education. He opposed child marriage. In 1884, B.M. Malabari, a journalist, started a movement for the abolition of child marriage. Gopalakrishna Gokhale. In 1905, Gopalakrishna Gokhale started the Servants of Indian Society to reform the society with various measures. Periyar EVR. Periyar EVR was one of the greatest social reformers of Tamil Nadu. He advocated upliftment of education, widow remarriage, and opposed child marriages. Women reformers. In 1889, Pandita Ramabai opened Sarada Sadan for Hindu widows in Bombay. Dr. Annie Besant established Theosophical Society to develop general social reform program. Dr. S. Dharmambal showed great interest in implementing widow remarriage and women education. Moovalur Ramamridam Ammayar opposed Devadasi system along with Dr. Muthulakshmi Ammayar. Social evils. Female foeticide. Female foeticide is also an inhuman practice which cuts across the caste, creed, class, and regional boundaries, whether it is female infanticide or female foeticide. The prime motive remained the same. In order to ban the female foeticide and sex determination, the central government passed various acts. Child marriage. The practice of child marriage was another social disgrace for the woman. In 1846, the minimum marriageable age for a girl was only 10 years. The Native Marriage Act was passed in 1872. It fixed the minimum marriageable age of girls at 14 and boys at 18. In 1930, the Central Legislative Assembly passed Roy Shahab Aribilas Sarada's Child Marriage Bill, fixing the minimum marriageable age for boys at 18 and 14 for girls. It was later amended to 18 for girls and 21 for boys, according to Hindu Marriage Act 1995. Sati. Sati was social evil that prevailed in Indian society, especially among the Rajputs. The feudal society of the time encouraged sati, which meant self immolation of the widow on the funeral pyre of her husband. Earlier it was voluntary act, but later by the relatives forced the widow to sit on the funeral pyre. Devadasi system. The Lord The word Devadasi, Sanskrit or Devar Adiyal, Tamil means servant of God, dancing girl dedicated to the service of God in a temple. Devadasi system was a social evil. There was also tradition of dedicating one daughter to the temple. In addition to taking care of the temple, they learned and practiced Bharatanatyam and other classical traditional Indian arts. Dr. Muthulakshmi Ammayar, who was the first woman doctor in India, dedicated herself for the cause of abolishing cruel practice of Devadasi system from Tamil Nadu. Appreciating her role in the agitation against Devadasi system, she was nominated to the Tamil Nadu Legislative Council in 1929. Periyar EVR was instrumental in passing the Devadasi abolition bill. Dr. Muthulakshmi Ammayar proposed the bill to the Madras Legislative Council in 1930. The position of women was not uniform in all periods, differed with regional variations. In ancient India, particularly early Vedic period, women enjoyed equal rights. But with the passage of time, their status in the society found deteriorated as a result of frequent foreign invasions. They were subjected to subjugation and subordination. New social practices, customs, and systems which crept into the society in turn put limitations and restrictions on the liberty of women. During the British Raj, many socio-religious reformers like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Dayananda Saraswati, Keshav Chandra Sen, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Pandita Ramabai, Dr. Muthulakshmi Ammayar, Jodhipa Rao Pule, Periyar EVR, Dr. Dharmambal were prominent leaders who fought for the upliftment of women. Raja Ram Mohan Roy's effort led to the abolition of sati in 1829. Vidyasagar crusade for the improvement in the condition of widows led to passing of Widow Remarriage Act in eradicating social evils. So they started girls' school in various parts of the country, which brought significant changes in the levels of women. Women played an important part in the Indian struggle freedom. Until independence, there was no radical changes in the status of women. In independent India, last few decades have witnessed the all-round development of women. Women are now making their presence felt in every walk of life. Impact of reform movement. Significant advances were made in the field of emancipation of women. It created national awakening among the masses. It created the feeling of sacrifice, service, and racialism. The practice of sati and infanticide were made illegal. It permitted widow remarriage. Status of women in the matters of marriage, adoption, and inheritance. Legislation provisions. Bengal Regulation of 21,804. Female infanticide was declared illegal. Regulation of 17,829. Practice of sati was declared illegal. Hindu Widow Remarriage Act 1856. It permitted widow remarriage. The Native Marriage Act 1872. The child marriage was prohibited. Sarada Act 1930. The age of marriage was raised for boys and girls. Devadasi Abolition Act 1947. It abolished Devadasi system.